Welcome everyone to this training. So basically we'll be considering how to open a Facebook page that will enable you to be able to run ads. Like I did say in one of our classes that you cannot run ads on your normal Facebook profile. You need a Facebook page for you to be able to run ads. So let's get started. I already opened my Facebook profile account. So you would come to this point, and then if you click it, you will see create. There are a number of things you can create, but we're focusing on creating a page. So we'll just go over to create page. So here you are, you have the opportunity to create the page you want. So you have to give the page the name you would like to give it. So let's just work with some. So after giving it a name, you choose category. Like what I just given it is a digital agency. So I can type something related to internet marketing service. Then you just give a brief description. So once you are done, you click create page. Of course, I'm going to delete the page later. So we're just using this for training purposes. Now, the next thing is for you to upload your profile picture. That's the picture that appears here. And then you upload your cover photo, which is what appears here. So let's assume I am ready to upload a profile picture. Let me see if I can just get something to upload. Okay. Cover photo. Yeah, I'm just trying to upload what is available. We're just trying to get some examples that we can work with. So once you're done with that, you just click save. So you have your page created with that. So that's basically how to create a Facebook page. And like I did say, Facebook page is different from your Facebook profile. So Facebook page helps you to run ads. Now, Facebook will ask you at this point to connect your WhatsApp. If you're interested in that, you can connect it, or you can close it if you're not ready and click leave. A few more information you may need to add, but away from that, we're going to go over to sharing and talking about how to run ads. Now that you have a Facebook page, you can also create an Instagram page and then link it up with this Facebook page. There's an app called Facebook Business Suites. That app helps you to connect your Instagram page to your Facebook page. So that will help. So let's go over to just a minute. So right about now, I want to go over to where you will learn how to create an ad on Facebook. So facebook.com/ads manager. That's the link you would use. So I'm going to share an account that is existing already. So if you don't have an account yet, once you type facebook.com, www.facebook.com/ads manager, it will ask you to create an account if you don't have one yet. And so you will be able to create an ad using that. So now it takes you to something like this. Now you see a few examples of ads that have run in time past. So I'll just click create. So create gives me the opportunity to choose awareness, traffic. Awareness basically is if you're running an ad that wants to share, you're trying to pitch your product or your service before people. Your goal is to reach as many people as possible. Like under awareness, you can see that it has reach, brand awareness, and video views just on the right side of the screen. And for traffic, you are basically trying to drive traffic to your websites. That's the goal of traffic, to drive traffic to your website. So there's link clicks, there's landing page view. So those are the things that traffic are optimized for. And for engagement is maybe you have a post on your page and you want people, or the post could be a video, could also be text and image based. So you want people to engage with it, engage with your page, engage with the content you have put up on your page. You want people to like, share, and make comments. So Facebook, once you choose engagement objective, Facebook will look out for people who, according to the history of their use of Facebook, have commented on posts, liked posts, viewed videos, sent messages to pages and things like that. So that's what Facebook will optimize for. So basically, when you're targeting people, Facebook looks out for people who are in the circle of the interest you're trying to target. And the objective you choose at this point, this is the campaign level of an ad, the objective you choose at this point determines the way your ad will run, or the people that your ad will be shown to. So if you choose traffic, it means that Facebook will look out for people you are trying to target in your interest, which you are going to see in a moment from now. We'll look for people who have clicked over to websites, viewed landing pages before. So Facebook stores all this data to determine who to show ads to. And leads is about you getting the information of people on Facebook, meaning that if I run a campaign and I want people to submit their name, maybe there's an event, I want people to submit their name, their email address, and phone number. There's a way I can collect that using lead objective campaign. App promotion is for app installs and app related events. And sales is basically for conversion. When you have a store, that is not so common in Nigeria. So what is common is the conversion ad under sales. So these are the objectives available. Your own might be showing something different, but it's similar to this. So that's basically what you need to do. And so for this, we're just going to pick engagements and then click the drop down arrow. So yeah, at the drop down arrow, you'll be able to give the campaign a name. Naming campaign is basically you can see a series of campaign I had run. So naming this campaign will help me differentiate one campaign from another. So let's assume we just want to give it class test. You can give it the same name across board for the campaign level, ad set level, and the ad level. However, if you are running two different ad sets or two different ads, you can give it different names. Now, let me explain these points. There are three levels in an advert: the campaign level, the ad set level, the ad level. The campaign level is where you choose the objective of the adverts, the likes of traffic, engagements, conversion, just like we saw, reach or awareness. So that's what happens at the campaign level. Now, at the ad set level, that's where you choose location of people you're trying to target with the adverts you are trying to run. You also choose age range. You also choose interests. Interest in terms of, we're going to see this in a moment, interest in terms of what people have shown interest in based on their browsing history on Facebook, and where Facebook has also have access to check their data. So that's the ad set level. And you also choose something like where you want the advert to be shown. Do you want it to be shown on Instagram, Facebook, Instagram Reels, Facebook Messenger, and a few other apps that Facebook has access to. So that's what happens at the ad set level. So just like you can see, determine your audience, placement, where your advert will be placed, schedule, like you can give it a time where you want the advert to run. You also talk about, at that point, you talk about your budgets, the budgets per day or lifetime budgets. Now, at the ad level is where you have your creative, and that's the point where you put up the image you want to use and the text you want to use in your ad, so in your advert. So it can be, you can use, sometimes it depends on the objective you have chosen. You can use a post you already created on your page. You just select it at that point, or you just create something new and then make it run. So if we click continue, takes us to the ad, it's still the campaign level now. So there are three levels: the campaign level, which we have earlier chosen the campaign objective as engagement. So we'll just move on. You don't need to do any more changes at this point. So you can see at this point, this is the campaign level, this is the ad. And at the ad set level, you will be able to choose what further objective you are trying to get with the advert. We already named it. So now what objective? The engagement you talked about, do you want to engage, you want people to engage with the content on your ad, or you want people to engage with your messaging apps? It could be Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp. Do you want people to engage with your website? Do you want people to engage with your app? Do you want people to engage with Facebook page? Now, what type of engagements is, if it's a video-based content, you can select video views, but I rarely choose video views. This is what I choose: post engagements, because I don't just want people to view videos. I also want people to make comments and do a few other things that could help my adverts to go a bit of to experience what we call viral, or to become a little bit viral, in the sense that when people share it, more people will see it. When people make comments, more people will see it. When people like it, more people will see it. But when people just view it, you are restricting the extent at which your advert can move. Now, once we're done with that, on your ad, that's what I selected. If you choose on messaging apps, you may have to select the type of message, click to message, sponsored message, things like that. So basically that has to do with Messenger and WhatsApp. So websites, of course, that leads to your own website. So that one is asking for pixel. We're not going into that details. So we have just chosen on ad and post engagement. For daily views, sorry, for budget, you can determine the budget you want your advert to run on. So let's say we want to do $5 per day. This is daily budget. There's lifetime budget as well. Lifetime budget makes you to choose between when and when you want your advert to run. And daily budget, you are saying that, okay, every day, let this advert run. Every day, let it spend $5. And if you have a end date, it means $5 per day until this time. But if you are sure you'll be monitoring your ad and you will just turn it off when you're ready to turn it off, you can just remove this. That's what I do because I always check my adverts from time to time. Now, you would notice something that Facebook says estimated audience size based on the presets, age range, location, and things like this, like location, age range, gender. Facebook has said there are 227 million to 267 million that we can reach. But based on our budgets, we can reach 389 to 1,100. So if I'm spending $5 per day, this is what I will be able to reach. Now, US is usually expensive more than other countries. So if I remove US now and I put Nigeria, I type Nigeria, and preferably people living in this location is better, not people living in or recently in this location. It's always better if you are targeting Nigeria, always put it at people living in this location. Because if you are selling a physical product and you are choosing this and this, you know, sometimes when you go to a location and you turn on your location, you allow Facebook to mention your location. It will take your data into those who are recently in that location. But on your Facebook, if you have entered the city you live in, so if you will be targeted, you'll be targeted under people living in that location. But if you choose this, it will target both people living in that location and recently in that location. So if somebody just traveled to a location and then went away from there, and if you're trying to reach that person, if that person is no longer in that location, it means that your advert will just be going to people that are not relevant to what you're trying to sell, or people you are trying to reach at that point. So it's always good to have it as people living in this location. And you have opportunity to say, okay, Nigeria, yet I still want to narrow down, only include cities in Nigeria. You know, those are the people who are actively have data on their phone. People in other suburbs or villages rarely have what is it called now? Data on their phone like others. So you may want to consider cities. And even in the midst of cities, you can still narrow down based on population of cities. So that's that. And if you have specific cities in mind, instead of choosing Nigeria, you can mention those cities. So if I say Lagos, so it will bring Lagos out. It's always good to choose cities, not states. Depends on what you're selling. If the digital products, you can choose the whole of Lagos. But if it's a physical product, you may choose just city, like or your state. Now, if I choose Ibadan being the capital, I would know that the people I'm trying to choose, they are in the capital of that state. So if the courier is taking my goods to them, it will be easy for them to reach these people since they're in the major city, not other suburbs. Now, age, you can always choose age based on who you're trying to target. That's that. Gender depends on who you're trying to target. Now, when it comes to interest, so if I'm selling something related to fashion, so I can choose, I can type in fashion. Facebook will give me a list of things related to fashion. Let's wait for it to pop up. Fashion accessories, fashion design, fashion blog, people who have shown interest based on that. So you can select it. Now, I was saying something earlier that your location has a lot to do about your location, and your target audience has a lot to do about the people you will be able to reach and your estimated reach. Now, remember, US was showing 220 something million. Now, when we chose Nigeria and a few cities in Nigeria, it has dropped to 19 point something million to 22.5 million. So estimated daily reach is now over 2,000 to 6,000 plus. So it depends on how people engage with your ad. That's what determines the number of people that will be reached with your ad. So if I increase $5 to $10 now, you are going to see something happen to that estimated daily reach. You can see that's jumped to 4,500 people to 13,000 plus. So the more you spend, the more you are able to reach. So the people are there to be reached, but if you want to reach this volume that is stated as estimated reach, it means you must spend a budget equivalent to that. So if you keep increasing your budget, or if you allow it to run for a number of days, you keep growing the reach until you are close to whatever you want to, the volume you want to reach. So it's either you increase your budget within a short time, or you spread your budget over a long time for you to reach the audience you're trying to target, the volume of audience you're trying to target. So you can choose fashion. You can always search for things related to products you're selling or the service you're trying to sell, fashion and shopping, things like that. So we're just picking this as examples. So let's assume we're okay with that. So if you click this, reach people beyond your detailed targeting selections when it's likely to improve your performance. What that means is, okay, if Facebook discovers that the people you are trying to reach, by extending it a little beyond them, you will still get better results. That's when you should, if you agree with that, if you're okay with that, that's when you should select this. But usually I don't. Once I know the people I'm trying to target, but if I want to give Facebook liberty, I will click that. So placement is where you want your advert to be shown. Most of the time, we just choose automatic placement. However, if you want specific places where you want the advert display, that's when you click manual. So it displays, it shows you devices. If you want iPhone, Android, sorry, if you want mobile or desktop, that's what that is about. The other aspect of type of phone can be selected under the interest-based targeting. So if you don't want to display on desktop, if you know your audience are more of mobile, you can always choose that. But if you choose automatic placement, it shows for those on desktop and mobile. So platforms, Facebook, Instagram, audience network. Audience network is like apps that Facebook has access to where they can display your ad. Apps like Truecaller. Sometimes when you use Truecaller, you see an advert at the base of the name of the person you have just called. So Facebook has access to that. Google has access to that. Sometimes on some websites, Facebook can also advertise on them because the owners of these websites have agreed with Facebook to advertise on their platforms, just like the case of Google. So that's that. So these are the places where the adverts will be displayed. So I choose automatic most of the time. So it depends on knowing what you want to do. Optimization for delivery, like we said, post engagement is what we want. We chose engagement objective, and what we're trying to pitch for is post engagement. So let's move over to the next page. So this takes us to the ad level. This is where you determine from the list of Facebook pages you have, you select the ones you want to use. You can see Gleam Autos. Let's assume we want to use Gleam Autos now. I've talked about selling cars. So I'm done with that. I don't have an Instagram connected to that yet because that page is still recent. I used to have one of the Gleam Autos that I've been using, but I just recently opened this other one as well as backup to the first one. So ad setup, use existing posts, create ad. If you choose create ad, it means that you just upload pictures, upload texts that you will be using. Then you can also put call to action button. If you're trying to send people to WhatsApp, that is if you have linked your page to WhatsApp. If you're trying to send people to a website and you want the call to action button to be shop now, if you want people to send message to your messenger, and that's what appear as the call to action button. Learn more. Call now, of course, is for phone calls. Get a code is another one for landing to a page. Learn more is also for landing to a page. So, but for the sake of this training, you can explore more. So I would just pick use existing posts. So it takes me to select posts. So I can select from the list of posts I've made on my page. So let me select that, continue. So you see it displayed. You can see it displayed now. Foreign use 2005 Toyota Camry. If you click more, you see more of the details that puts there. So if I want a button added, it's usually because of engagement ads, it's usually the send message button. So, but I can leave it as that. I don't really like Messenger, so I prefer WhatsApp message. Well, this send message will be related to Messenger, so that's why I don't choose it. So I want people to make comments aside sending message. They can also click over to WhatsApp, just like I've put the short link there. So once you are done, you click publish, and then your ad will enter the review stage. So after Facebook reviews and they are okay with it, Facebook will approve your ad and it will start running. So all you need to do is to start checking the metrics after that. So that's basically a mini introduction into setting up a Facebook page and running adverts. Of course, you can choose other objectives, but as we go on in this training, you will learn other aspects of running adverts. Thank you for your time. We'll meet again in our class.